The Stars, the Stars. Part 2.
August 3rd, 2117. 0800 hours. Challenger Orbital Space Station. Geosynchronous orbit.
The stars, what distant things are they, whose fires burn throughout the night? The stars, what wondrous things are they, who guide our course, sets our hearts alight. The stars, what mysterious things are they, free of want, filled with life, beckoning us through ebony seas to take flight.
Flight of the Revered, Norman Grant, 2083. Don't look so surprised. Not only do I know the poem, but I also recall hearing you speak those same words 10 years ago, while standing in this exact spot looking out of the sheer glass dome. I seem to recall you were smiling then.
I had more to smile about then. I was still a naive idealist who dared to think dreams came true.
Anthony.
Don't, Kia. Don't try to assure me with more platitudes or empty promises. We lived in a world bright with new hope then. That hope was pretty much extinguished when Antoye was assassinated, and civil wars began breaking out in the Middle East and the Americas. We were on the verge of fracturing the world once more, back into its little cells of racial and cultural lines that will divide us forever.
Anthony, all things take time.
Shut up, Kia!
I'm sorry.
No, Kia. I'm the one to blame. I need to apologize to you. You're not responsible for the state of things. I'm just afraid I can no longer be convinced the way you see the world.
I'm not sure I can either, Anthony.
What do you mean?
Many was the time I worked hard to convince you before your doubts awakened my own. In assuring you, I assured myself. Now, I don't know.
It was bad enough when we were unsure how the galactic community would welcome us. But over the last few years, the FTL project has been a major spark for militant opposition to it and to United Earth. My God, Kia. Should we even be trying when our own people don't want us to?
There has always been war somewhere in the world since the beginning of human history. Sad, but true.
We'd still be living in caves. Still, does that excuse or justify the violence?
I don't know. I remember how excited the world seemed to move into this new unity. The United Earth seemed like such a wonderful realization of generations of dreams.
While it was new and shiny, it had the luxury of not dealing with any problems yet. It was, what do you say, the honeymoon.
Yes, the honeymoon. But then came the actual empowerment of the United Nations as the world's representative government under the UE Constitution. Then the passing of the Distribution and Equalization Act to address global wealth disparity. A new currency implementation that leveled exchange rate volatility. And all the other myriad acts of the newborn government that began making it not a dream or a shiny new flag, but a global power exercising its authority. Authority that someone, somewhere, was always to disagree with.
Then, Black Tuesday. One angry gunman. One man dead. And chaos over the entire world as everyone tried pointing fingers and assigning blame.
Who knows what would have happened had that gunman not been found so quickly and shown to be acting on his own.
You know, there are still many who believe that he was innocent.
Anthony,
You said it yourself, Kia. What if there is no one to blame conveniently? No isolated individual who was labeled insane? We both know what would have happened. The United Earth government would have fractured and collapsed completely within the week. Chaos would have consumed the world virtually overnight, as opposed to the slow collapse we are seeing now. All of which brings us here to the day when humanity will launch our first FTL ship into interstellar space. By whatever path we are here nonetheless. On the day when we're supposed to fulfill a dream dreamt by two visionaries, we hide within our metal walls, watching our own world with more caution than we monitor the transspatial probes themselves. Kia, what are we becoming?
All personnel report to stations. Repeat, all personnel report to stations. This is not a drill. We've detected incoming from the surface. Repeat, this is not a drill. We are detecting incoming from the surface, possibly an attack.
We must get to the bridge. They're afraid.
who's afraid of what?
Something Adeoye said to me the day of the press conference. They're afraid. If we do this, Kia, we put humanity on the galactic stage.
What has that got to do with terrorists attacking us?
As long as we remain bound to our isolated, otherwise lifeless solar system, we can pretend that we are all there is. We can continue to fight one another over petty differences. We can afford to hold on to our bigotries, our failings. But once out there,
You're not making any sense.
they are afraid they will have to stop fighting one another.
Main bridge.
What is happening, Commander?
We have several hot targets moving toward us from the surface. Initial readings peg them as surface-to-space missiles, but we can't get confirmation. They appear to have some kind of cloaking tech.
My God, we're going to die.
Not if I have any say in it. Defense screens on full. Engage kinetic screens maximum. Engage deflection fields maximum. Polarize hull plating and stand by.
Aye, aye, sir. Shields and screens engaged. Hull plating locked.
Sir, we have a problem.
What?
Missiles are closing and we're getting details. We're now picking up bio readings inside them, and their approach speeds are dropping below the threshold for the kinetic screens to deflect. They're firing retros and positioning. My God. Positioning to dock and lining up with our docking bays.
We've just lost seals on docking bays 1, 7, 9, 12, 14, 15, and 17!
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Station breached. Intruder alert.
Those are camouflaged strike ships.
All personnel stand ready. We have been boarded by hostiles. Repeat, we have been boarded by hostiles.
Commander, we're getting reports on firefights breaking out. Weapons readings are showing bio-pulse weapons.
Of course, they want to kill without damaging the station. They're revered. They're going to go for the ship. I can't let them get to it.
Gagarin, stay here. We'll protect you.
I remember everything you told me that day 10 years ago, President Adeoye. How there are two driving forces in humanity, hope and fear. That everything we are, everything we believe, everything we do essentially stems from one or the other. You said there was some balance between them, each waxing and waning. But what happens when one wins out over the other? What happens when we let fear win over our hearts and minds?
Main launch bay.
The Revered. Named after Grant's poem. The first human FTL ship. My dream for our future. Today was supposed to be the day, but now...
Who's down?
No, they've already gotten to the hangar deck. No, they can't have it. That wrench hit something.
Who?
You can't have her!
How the hell did you get up here so fast? Wait, Dr. Gregory? Is that you? It's David.
David? Our pilot. I'm so sorry, David. I thought you might be one of the attackers who came to sabotage the ship.
I thought the same about you. Glad it's you. I was just up here doing some flight checks when the alert sounded. It sounds bad down below.
It is. They are swarming the station from multiple air docks. They will be up here in minutes, and they are all armed. We have to do something.
Open to suggestions, Doctor.
First things first. We need to close and lock the blast doors to seal off this bay.
Now what?
Let me think.
Why are they here? If they want to stop us, why not just destroy the station?
No, it's not the station they want to destroy. It's the ship. They want to make sure they destroy the ship. That's it. They want to make sure we don't make it into interstellar space. For that, they need to destroy the ship and sabotage the probe network. I know what we have to do. We have to launch the Revered.
What? You've got to be kidding, Doctor. With all this chaos and us under attack, and you want to move on like nothing is happening?
I know I'm right. They are desperate to stop this. If we launch the ship and fulfill the mission, we take away the reason for the attack. Once we are out there, there is no going back. Ever.
We do that. We abandon everyone here.
They are either dead or prisoners anyway. We have no weapons, no way of fighting back. Neither of us is trained for that anyway. This is what we are trained for.
Doctor.
David, the only hope for everyone out there is the UE Marines arriving and picking up the pieces. That's if the station isn't destroyed.
Think about what you're saying. We can't both fit in that ship. And we can't launch without one of us being stuck killed when the bay opens and the engines fire. No one could survive that.
I know. Get into the ship, David. You're her pilot. I'm simply an old man whose vision is done one way or the other. So, today is as good as any. Beginning launch prep.
Doctor, don't do this!
Go! David, can you hear me?
Yes, though there is some distortion.
Magnetic resonance from the station's fusion core. I'm bringing systems online now. Activating emergency launch systems. Rerouting power to emergency consoles.
Prep systems online. Activating quantum lattice net.
Confirming activation.
Doctor, something's wrong. The detection grid isn't picking up anything.
What? That's impossible. The entire transspatial lattice would have to fail for that.
But that's what I'm getting.
Try to reboot it.
Rebooting.
There are the blast doors, David.
Leave it complete. Doctor, the grid is offline. There's something wrong.
Impossible!
Doctor, is that across the board?
1,000 probes did not go offline, Mr. Yang!
Well, I'll be damned if I'm launching this ship into the middle of nowhere.
Hold on, I'm coming up.
Launch bay decompression in 3 minutes.
See for yourself.
You're right. The grid is dark. I guess this is it.
This is what, Doctor?
God, forgive me.
Oh! Oh! What the hell? Why did you push me? Doctor, what the hell are you doing?
I'm launching the Revered.
Doctor, you're gonna kill me!
And if you're telling the truth, I'll die out there.
What do you mean, if I'm telling the truth? Why the hell would I lie? Why would I tell lunch if I couldn't save my own skin in the process?
Because I've realized a few things, David. You said you were up here for pre-flight checks, yet those would need to be coordinated with the bridge. You stayed even after the alert sounded. The last place to be in the middle of an attack. That, plus even if the quantum lattice network completely collapsed, it would still show a degrading trace curve of the quantum fields. Meaning the only way for it to be completely dark is if the detection grid on the ship had been sabotaged. And you're the only one up here. You lied to me, didn't you? You're with them.
Damn you! Go!
The console has been locked out, and the bay doors are timed to open. I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry. I believe you are a saboteur, planted on the team as a final failsafe to sabotage the mission. If I hadn't shown up, you could have just launched and not fired up the transspatial jump. But I think your people want me alive, so you needed to abort.
Damn you, Gregory! It is so important to you! So important you're willing to take a man's life!
No. It's that important to humanity. Fear cannot win.
Launch bay doors opening.
God forgive me. Please, God. If anyone can hear me, I am launching the Revered. Clearing landing bay now. Engaging transspatial quantum field. Preparing to jump to prearranged coordinates. Dear God, please let him not have sabotaged anything else besides the detection grid. It's bad enough I'm flying blind.
Forever.
Papa?
Now, Anthony, open your eyes.
I do. And as I do, I find the splendor beyond anything my imagination could ever muster. Far from the limits of our solar system, from the hazy clouds of our polluted world, far from the fears and hatred that divide humanity, far from the limits we put upon ourselves, and the worries that ground our hopes and dreams into dust. Far from all of it, there is wonder.
This was an F-Call Entertainment production, featuring the voice talent of Michelle Campbell-Jones, Mitch Howell, Chris Macari, Rolly Okorodudu, Andre Rafig, Boken Song, and John Turner. Written by C. Edward Selner, directed and produced by Simon James Collier. Original music by Archie Lyon Maris. Soundscape design by Audio Nook.